If you've been following our channel, you probably know about some of the modifications we've made to our Alliance Avenue 22ML fifth wheel, including things like solar, lithium batteries, an inverter, and even a new Max Air Fan Deluxe. But today what I want to do is share with you 5 other modifications that you may not know about, and they're all under $60. I'm so glad you stopped by today. If you're new here, my name's Patrick, and we have been RVing for over 18 years, and this is our 11th RV that we've owned over that period of time. Now, currently here in Northeast Indiana, it is about 30 degrees outside. We have snow on the ground, but it's a great time of the year if your RV is not under cover to go ahead and do some modifications, because now's the time to get your RV ready for when spring rolls around and you want to go camping again. So the first modification I want to talk about, and it's the most expensive we're going to talk about, is right here. It's with our dinette table. Now, originally this table came with 2 posts that you could take off the post, and then you can make this into a bed if you wanted to. The problem with it was originally it was installed way back to where really it was, I guess, designed for 2 small kids to slide in there. But ultimately what we found was it still was not really functional the way we wanted, and we were finding that it was very unstable. Now, when I went and removed the 2 posts that were holding it up, we found out why. They'd use such short screws that they were literally popping out at the floor, and that was causing the stability. Now, our first idea was to completely replace this table with a freestanding table, and recently we were at IKEA looking for a new table. Problem was finding one that was going to be the right dimension. What we did find though was you can buy table legs, and we chose these black adjustable table legs. Now, they were about, I think they were $14.99 a piece, so we have 4 of them, brings us in just under $60. These can actually be unscrewed, so if we ever do want to make this into a bed, we can still unscrew them and put this down into that. What I really like about it though is it allows us to adjust this table, move it in and out, slide it back and forth. Really can use it in a lot of ways in here, including taking it over and setting in front of our theater seating if we ever want to dine from the theater seat. So this has been a wonderful upgrade or modification for us. At $60, we think it's well worth it. Now, if you're wondering what happens during travel now that it's free floating in here, we just have a couple compression straps that I've attached to the actual wood of the dinette. We just secure the legs with that, and it seems to be staying in place, no issues going down the road. Now let's go ahead and take a look at another modification that we did right here in the dinette. Now this modification in the dinette may not be as obvious as the first one. Do you know where it's at? Well, it's right up under here. Yeah, that's right. We installed these Bell & Howell lights, and they are motion activated. And we can also adjust the brightness level, so we can make them brighter or we can make them dimmer, and all you have to do is just hold your finger here and it will adjust it. Now, why did we add these? Well, earlier this year when we were up in Maine, our LED lights for the ceiling, when you dim them, they blinked really bad. Ultimately, we had a bad switch. So we were looking for something so we could not have all these lights on in here on full bright, and we found this solution. Now, we picked these up at Walmart. Like I said, I want to say they were around $20. You get 2 lights. They come with magnets that just stick on, and that way they're magnetic. You can pull them down, and they just run off of a USB-A, which is really nice, low draw. We actually added another set up in the bathroom under the medicine cabinet. When my wife is doing her makeup, she says the one light that's in there, which is not dimmable, is just a little too bright. And so we went ahead, ran back to Walmart, got a second set, put them up there, and we really like these. Speaking of annoying lights, this hallway light annoyed us from day one. Not because it's a bad light. The problem was the only switch for the hallway light is back out in the kitchen where you first come into the RV, which means if you come out of the bedroom at night and you want to turn the hallway light on, you'd have to stumble down the steps over to the door to flip it on. Now, this was a really simple modification. What we ended up doing was just adding a switch right here. Now, this is so much better because now if we come out of the bedroom at night, we can flip the hallway light on or off, or if we're coming up from the living room kitchen area, we can flip it on up here and turn it off up here. Now, this one literally costs us next to nothing because all it is just a switch. We just have to leave the switch over at the door on at all times, and as long as we do that, we're able to use the switch right here. A very simple modification that makes this light actually usable in our RV. Our next modification probably won't shock you. It has to do with, yeah, you guessed it, lights. Obviously, lights are really important to us. Well, up here, we had originally had 2 of those push button style lights. The problem is they were so bright that at night, if we wanted to sit back here and read, we were blinded. So, simple solution, I just removed those lights and I ordered these lights from Amazon. And I will go ahead and link that product down below in the description for you. These came as a pair, and I tell you what, they're worth every cent. Remember, everything on this list is under $60. What I like about these is, number one, you can move the light around. You can adjust it so that way it's not blinding directly at you. Push once, you get this nice blue light for reading. Press a second time, now we get a warm white. Hold it, and we can actually adjust the brightness of that warm white. The other nice thing about these that I really liked was they have a built-in USB-A port. One more place that if we need to plug in to charge our devices, we could have a cable right up here and have our phones charging. Now, we do have USB ports on both sides of the bed, but honestly, I don't know that you can ever have enough USB ports. Oh, you found our next modification. And no, it's not. Hold on a second. Let me get you out of there. Oh, there, that's better now that you're out of there. And no, it's not what you think. The modification is not the toilet light, even though you know I absolutely love these toilet lights. The modification is, well, it's right here. See, the RV came with a porcelain toilet, but the toilet seat was this really cheap plastic, and so we decided we wanted a wood one. Now, we ended up upgrading not only to wood, but more importantly, it's self-closing. Now, you may notice in the video that this doesn't match the toilet itself perfectly. See, originally we went and bought a white one because we thought we had a white toilet. When we got back here to the RV, we found out it wasn't really a white toilet. So we returned it for this cream or off-white, only to get it back to the RV and find out, well, it's not that either. So if you buy one directly from the toilet manufacturer, you can probably get one that matches perfect. We just went to our local Menards and picked this up for about half the price of buying one directly from the manufacturer, so we're okay with a little bit of color difference. What we really like about this, though, is you can drop the toilet and not hear it clank. It's just a really nice feature to have. In fact, we're so happy with it here in the RV, we're actually thinking about getting for the house. Now, my wife, Patty, recently did a video about 10 items under $50 that she purchased for our RV from Amazon, and I'm going to go ahead and have you watch that video next. And until next time, everybody, we'll see you on down the road. Bye.
Travels with Delaney. We'll see you on down the road.